Hello, hello, hello. We're live, people. We're freaking live. Okay, so we're live. We're gonna play some Madden real quick. Time is 3:20 on a Monday. 3:20. Usually takes about 40 minutes to finish a game. Custom game. I definitely want to be the Lions. Patriots. What about? I think the Buffalo Bills might be a good match. Let's go it this way. Let's do the Chargers. Why not? See if we can beat these suckers.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get ready to rumble! Man, I've been watching on TikTok the Ray Williams Johnson account. He's a former YouTuber who now does true crime stories on TikTok. Man, I've never lost so much faith in humanity watching this guy's channel. Look up Ray Williams Johnson on TikTok. You'll see some of the craziest true crime stories you've ever heard in your life, and they're all true. Man, your faith in humanity is going to be lost unless you're one of these crazy people. Unless you're actually one of these crazy people. And the world is chock filled with crazy people. Murderers, killers. Some of them are young children who are murderers and killers. People killing their husbands and wives for insurance money. People just randomly killing people for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Just serial killers, man. Ray Williams Johnson, look it up. The world's in trouble and the world needs Jesus, man. If you look at the channel, it will be painfully clear to you just how bad this world needs a savior, bro. Look at that channel. It's proof positive. Craziest stories you ever heard in your life. And supposedly they're all true stories. And he even uses AI to do cartoons while the stories are being narrated. You get to see the little cartoons. It looks like comic book strips. Very entertaining, but very disturbing. Very disturbing. Very disturbing.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. The quick throw knocked away.
Man, disturbing.
Right there.
It just becomes painfully obvious that so much of the world is heading straight to hell, bro. And they don't even know it. Like, how do you not know that murder is illegal? Much less immoral in the eyes of God. How do you not realize it's illegal? Therefore, it must be wrong. If it's illegal, what are people...
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That is caught.
Lord.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Man. Well, in other news, I can't decide if I want to retire from being a producer or if I want to buy more equipment to keep it interesting. One of those two things needs to happen because I'm not making any progress. I'm making good music on occasion, but not exactly moving amounts. I don't want to spend any money on promotion because I don't trust anybody to promote my music. Maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong, but I got a lot of enemies in the spirit realm.
Running on first
and some of them run marketing companies, probably.
Across the 45, it'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense.
So I'm thinking about getting V Collection 11. I can get it for $99 now. That gives me 13 more synthesizers and a total of 45 instruments. I already got V Collection 6. It's a plug-in suite. For $99, normally it would cost me $199 because I already have V Collection 6.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
It's either do that or, I don't know, somehow.
And that will be incomplete.
Maybe retire from producing. I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer either. I'm still thinking about a synthesizer. The Behringer Spice is what I'm thinking about. The Behringer Spice is the one I'm thinking about. It's just about $300 worth of synthesizer, and I need a stand to go with it.
The kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no
I
return
don't know,
possible
man.
here as they angle this one out of bounds.
I don't know, man.
So here are the Lions
Please, no
coming out
interceptions.
for their opening
Got to
drive.
score a touchdown.
They're led onto the field by the
I don't know how good LA
Bear
is
and the number
in
1
24.
overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him.
Ooh,
as
that
he
could have been
tries
an
to get back
interception.
to the form he showed earlier in his career. A lot of times, it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. Two guys, you know,
nice
people,
completion.
these 2 rows,
Nice
you
completion.
have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He's performing the drill on that run. Nice little nifty play.
Yeah,
for
please,
him there.
people,
That's the
start following
ability to
Jesus
read a
before it's too late,
defense
because this world
and
is going to
utilize
hell.
players that don't often get picked up
It
in
is not going to be
coverage
fun.
easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the
I almost
backside
feel
of
like
the
it's not
backfield,
fair because these
I
people don't really
when I
know
used to
about it.
cover, hey, we got
But what are you going to do?
everybody
That's why I'm here
just
talking to you
snuck
about
out
it,
there
so
and
you
just
can
get a
maybe
nice
learn
first
about
down
it.
there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs
But
in
how
the
do you not
space
know
right
that
there.
murdering your
Do that
freaking
there.
husband or
Nice
wife
pickup
is
on first down.
extremely, extremely morally screwed over?
Fake the give. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Montgomery.
How do you not know
Give
that?
him 6 yards here as he
The problem
stopped
is,
near the 35
I mean,
at the 34.
technically maybe it's sin, but it's also extreme stupidity and naivety. How do you think you're going to get away with that? Murdering people, chopping them up, and dumping the body in the freaking desert or something? Like, what makes you think you're going to get away with that?
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
The Lions passing game in
Just the TD right here.
Got another first down.
Just a TD.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Mr. TD, baby!
Here's Goff. He's got it. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Goff now looking to throw.
What happened?
Pressure now, he's going to go down.
I thought I didn't know that was a passing. I thought it was a running play.
A sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with.
Here we go. This is the TD right here.
Cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss.
Come
not
on,
a big
bro.
one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete.
Oh, man. I just passed it to the wrong guy.
Inside the 5 at the 4.
I guess I got to kick the goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Beasley's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Got some points.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take
Get
the
those
3,
points,
and I think
baby.
it was a smart move.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
We need an interception. That's what we need. Or a lot of sacks.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short
Oh,
field
yeah.
goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not
TD, baby. TD, baby.
Touchdown,
Yeah,
Detroit.
mama.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 63 yards. And
That was
the
beautiful.
Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Nice.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I got to decide if I'm going to get B Collection 11. I'll most likely get B Collection 11. It's only 99 bucks. It's kind of overkill, 45 instruments. Some of those I already have, but some of those are updated versions. It would be a wise thing for me to get the B Collection 11. It really would. I'm trying not to, but Thursday the sale ends, and after Thursday it would cost me $200 instead of $100. So I got some things to think about.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On second down, here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be...
We're killing these clowns.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The end result, 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. 3-4 defense.
I don't think giving up and retiring from music is necessarily the answer. I think the smart thing to do would be do something to make it more interesting.
You have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Second and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
Oh, man.
Throw incomplete, nearly picked
we're going to have to run it.
And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Let's do it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Badgley able to knock this one through. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Nah.
On first and 10, Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Man.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Slant pass. He's got Reynolds.
Inches.
Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Montgomery, they'll run for it.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort.
Nice.
And he takes this
Nice.
one
Yes,
in for
baby.
a Lions touchdown. 18 yards for David
All I needed was a couple
Montgomery.
inches. I got the
And
TD.
Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that CD, that was impressive. He got out of 3, maybe 4 tackles there on his way to the end zone.
And a lot of times when you break a tackle or slip a tackle, it actually slows you down. That's what we were taught. If you don't make the play, make him stop his feet so someone else can get there and tackle him. But not here. He just kept right on going.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
20-0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to go here.
Wow.
Wow. And into the end zone.
You gotta love that.
On the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have
I did something stupid last week or the week before. I spent $187 on 4 plugins from this company I thought was really great because I've had 2 of their compressors for like over 10 years and they've never been updated once. But they still work like a charm. So I figured that's an amazing company. Let me go get some more of their stuff. I got 4 plugins. One of them didn't work. And the other 3 are working pretty decently, but it was a dumb thing to do.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
So I went over to Analog Obsessions, which is a freeware company, got some free plugins, got pretty much everything on their site. Those are hit or miss, though. Some of those are great, some of those are not so great. And then I got my Plugin Alliance account reauthorized on my current computer, which I didn't think I could do. So I got a bunch of compressors, EQs, and a synth. However, V Collection 11 is probably just what the doctor ordered.
And see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn to either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, here's Eckler. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And he fields it cleanly. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On first down, it's gone.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button.
Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
27-0, baby.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Fighting his way through contact.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's punt. It's punt.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history.
They ain't catching up. I know that.
Come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it,
no, you
we
can't.
saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And shoves him off at the 20. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is gone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Nice. Does it count?
Josh Reynolds.
Nice.
From 19 yards away. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point by Baxley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Very satisfying. Highly satisfying, if I must say myself. I get this light on for pretty much no reason. Because
here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just... Herbert has it knocked
oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
And they are going to take possession of the football.
What in the world is going on here?
At the 14-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have.
Oh, my gosh.
One-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
What in the world? 40-0.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
41-0.
The extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now.
I don't think I'm that good at this game. I think maybe it's just a bad matchup. I don't know about that. This is the Lions, 24.
Getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
I'm still wondering if I need to get this synth. I don't really want to spend the money though. But Arturia V Collection 11's it's making a lot of sense right now. Actually overkill for having synthesizers. I already got a ton of synthesizers. If I get V Collection 11, it's adding 13 more synthesizer plugins to my template, and a bunch of other. That's crazy. That's 13 new synthesizers compared to the version I have. That doesn't count all the other pianos and brass and woodwinds and all the other 30-something plugins. I think I'm going to do that. Thursday's the last day I can do it.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise They certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3. Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Here's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
I think maybe I'll get the V Collection 11 for 99 bucks this week. Forget about a cent. Maybe just forget about a cent. That Behringer Spice is nice, though. It's real nice. Very experimental sounding.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque.
But if I get 13 more synthesizers on top of what I already have, which is a ton, plus a bunch of other instruments, buying a hardware synth would just be kind of redundant. Even though it sounds totally different than anything, anything I would have in the plug-in version of.
Plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 7. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Now Goff. And is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1.
I really called him. I could have swore I called him.
Incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Back to throw here.
Ooh.
Herbert.
Oh, look at this.
He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
Look at that. This is ridiculous, man. You got to love it.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Wow.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout
This is crazy,
continues.
man.
But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it.
51 to nothing, bro.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And
What
this
is?
one was
How do
over a
you
while ago
explain
as they
that?
just add on to that big lead.
I don't think I'm that good at this game, but maybe I am.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And Davis content.
Let me guess, another interception or a fumble?
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it through. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Herbert throwing again.
Give him another one right back to Allen.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Oh my Lord. Are you kidding me? What if I score again in 49 seconds? They're going to...
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them.
What if I score again, bro?
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so?
That's
because
it.
they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Team here, Charles, and that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League.
Wow, bro, 51-0. Okay, that's that for that. Took me 44 minutes to finish the game.
And Brandon, I just have to ask
I got to think about if I'm going to get fee collection 11. I only have until Thursday. I'm guessing maybe I'll get it. And then Derringer Spice is looking really tantalizing. However, I feel like I'm almost ready to hang up the whole music production thing. I probably won't hang it up, but it's starting to seem kind of futile, if you ask me. Kind of futile. Anyway, especially if you don't want to pay for marketing and promotion, because you don't trust any of these people. Because the world is filled with crazy people. It really is. And you can't even blame that all on Satan either. People are just crazy. Satan has something to do with some of it. A lot of it is just there's a lot of crazy people in the world. You know, and we're eating food that they're making us. These crazy people. That's what scares me more than anything. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to shut this down and maybe play something else.